Hello everyone! Welcome back. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Let us continue. Why am I gone? Oh, no worries, no worries. I think it adds character. It made me laugh last time, and that's the important thing. Just orienting. Hello Temperance, hi, welcome back. Hello Min. I hope you're feeling better. Hi Meowgon. Yeah, bear time. I hope you're all doing well. Just making sure everything's good. I love that emoji. Yeah. So yes, hope everyone's having a good weekend. First thing I wanted to do, I was thinking about skill points again. Oh, hi Lee, welcome. You're having a good day so far? Oh, of course. Oh, good luck with your grad paper. Of course, of course. I hope I can inspire something with it. Much good luck. Oh, I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad you feel better, Min. That's the most important thing, I think. You can always go back and watch the videos if you need. And I mean, for the last Runa stream, we had the battle with the worst music in the game, so you didn't miss much. Anyway, for skill points, I think the next one's gonna go into visual calculus, so we can redo that skill check, and then afterwards we really need to boost savoir-faire since it's at 0. I know we have clothes that can help that too, but it needs some work. Oh, I'm glad I'm keeping you company, Lee. Sorry you have to do overtime, but I'm glad I can keep people company. Otherwise, I'd like to... Empathy has been really useful. So that in the future. I think endurance as well. Just so we have a little bit more HP. But yeah, savoir-faire. Maybe after the visual calculus check. And then there's a lot of these. Conceptualization... Warfare, challenging. A lot of these. That's medium. Interfacing, legendary. Okay. Okay. There's one other thing. We're gonna work on this too, but there was the... I forgot. We can also interact with the gum as well. But we're gonna go see what's going on in here and see the bear. Yay! Money. Magnesium. We could really use some more health boosters, but since I'm not doing great at that.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other.
Huh.
The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you half climb inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
Oh. Smear your hands with the coal. We're in gloves.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
What? Should I smear my cheeks black with coal? Come feral. Okay.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
I don't...
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place and I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this protects you.
This... It gives me confidence and that's all that matters.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. He stubbornly looks away from you on the furnace. The voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity? Pleasant says it lives in the chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Oh, we got extra. Physical instrument. Do we have anything else that... Leave. Okay, white. We'll put the white tank top on. Just checking. Oh, wait. Maybe I should be... Okay, that's -2 authority. Maybe I'll be holding that. Put that on at some point. Yeah, it helps with the physical checks here. Oh, right. I'm probably gonna have to buy stuff at some point.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Okay, 72%.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then...
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
You've awakened the entity.
I summoned the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit!
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the 2nd floor. I'll open it.
Yeah.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
We're not gonna kick it because we lost HP last time. Hi, Vec. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Let's look over here before we go to the bear. Ooh. Something there. An ice cream maker. Defrosted unplugged. What's this? The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Ooh. Let's look over here. In a different room. I will connect you both. I'll connect you both. You can communicate through me. I'll relay the answers. Ooh. Yay!
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Plug the black cable.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Let's put it... Okay, so what... It leads to the darkness.
Somewhere, a machine hums along with...
Okay, we'll put it back. We should find out what... We should probably find out what it does. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Ooh. Drama. Insane mesh tank top. What does this do? Where did you even get that one? No, really, who put it in that drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. Oh, yes, don't unplug the bear. Be careful. Oh. Yeah! Nice. Oh, there's more stuff here. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Okay, there's more stuff here.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Ooh. Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Spec them.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Ooh.
He likes this find.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. A broken Belle Magrave from ages past. It's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. Not worth very much, but something. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. Now let's go back and check the bear. With glowing red eyes, apparently. Oh yeah, there's a red cable.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Oh. It's the fridge, remember?
Of course. A giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
Let's look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
That's good. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Yum. Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Aw. This is clearly the fridge. It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can.
The optics!
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Oh, I don't like what that's implying.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
Want to ask more questions, but okay, let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
Really? You think it's good work?
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room.
This isn't a place where Kim, it's art. We're artists, and this was our vision.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work.
He's right. His work would be much more formal.
Boring.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Okay.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
You sound like a serial killer. Oh no. Let's ask about the... Let's ask why it's there.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So I tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
The red eyes really add a little je ne sais quoi.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Lucky us.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
How'd you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius, a regular Copperlangelo.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo Milobo, in the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo.
Okay.
A small gulp away.
Still don't know what you mean.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Yeah, Copolangelo is pretty great. What do we have for... Interact. Oh, the note. A handwritten note you found in the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswaf.
And the filament memory with an off-site copy in the... Okay. Maybe we can... This will help us find the password?
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Yeah, maybe they had to... Maybe it was because of the entity...
That's implausible.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Well, that's Kuno, but...
Really? You don't have a single guess?
I mean, Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed. based on our encounter.
Any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be? Well, it's right down there, isn't it? But
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
yeah. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Let's just do the other check. We wanted perception, but just checking. I'm putting this back on. Back to our old stuff. I am kind of... No, we need the extra endurance. I do kind of want to buy the pants from Kuno at some point. Okay. Just double checking. Oh.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment.
Is this art cop? Can I be an art cop now?
In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Hold on, is architecture also art? That's stupid. Architecture is stupid. No, it's not. Architecture is super cool. I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
I want to see what this says. Wait, but don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Yes! What does it do to us, though? Still, there's a bunch of these. Actual art degree. -1 perception. Okay, we'll leave... we'll leave that till after we do our perception check. That's just... yeah, that's just what Raphael does. Changes his clothes all the time. Yeah, it's another capo type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. It's a very good thought. Okay, I guess maybe we can spend our other skill point on it. But we're doing this perception check first. Okay, I'll do...
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Okay, we got this like halfway through the game, and I wish we had internalized it this early. Okay, well maybe I'll do it immediately then. But first we're doing this. Okay, 72%. No!
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin.
No, it's 72.
Or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner.
One more. We'll get one chance. One more. Okay, Art Cop and Jamailu are super OP because you have blue. Okay. I'll do that instead. We'll just do this once
The bear's
more.
eyes are still glowing red. It's
Wow.
guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Humpty Dumpty Dum would be great for On Treats Build too. I don't even know what that could mean.
Your
Yay!
arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. First with your fingertips, it's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
I don't want to do any of these. Ew. Crawl up his nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in his nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not there. Crawl out, spider.
Put your fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
Explosive baguettes. Great timing again.
You're on the right track.
Play with it. This feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, even through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
What?
An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar. Say abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
The lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your finger, gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
What is it? Put your finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Okay. Explosive baguettes. I'm so sorry that this is what you tuned in for. I assume after this will be mostly done. The autopsy stuff. Hey, I'm not having a great time either. Tight tunnel flesh. Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Push deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
Okay, there's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in
Oh,
there,
God.
reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
So sorry. Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Red check cannot be tried. 83. Come on. No. Yeah. No. Can I redo that? I'm going.
You push your hand further in. Whatever is in there keeps rolling between your fingers as you beckon it to come out.
Can I redo that?
Out comes his small folding knife. The lieutenant moves its blade across the man's skull, searching for the exit wound.
There, not towards the protrusion.
Withdraw your hand 4 centimeters, please.
Pull your fingers back and nod.
With a crack, he punches the knife in the skull. Then, one more time.
Kim, thank you.
And one more, until the bone comes loose, like eggshell. Inside, you feel the jelly move from his poking.
Stop.
Can you push it out?
Push.
A small flower of metal blossoms from the man's head, followed by your yellow finger.
A bullet. A non-calibre. Rifled. You may remove your hand from the victim's head now, officer. Well done.
I've failed 90% check, so I guess I'm not surprised, but you gotta... I wish I could succeed the 17% ones, but thank you, Kim. Thank you.
Here's your prize.
He drops the bullet in an evidence bag and puts it in your hands. It feels light.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth.
Interesting.
High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven. No! Sounds about right?
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem.
Yes.
Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead. Dabba doop doop.
Deadity dead dead.
Pardon me. Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
Yeah.
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Maybe they shot him while they hanged him? So we'll put a skill point into that thought in just a sec. Maybe they shot him while they hanged him?
To put him out of his misery? It's possible.
Yeah.
But it does not explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time.
Yeah.
And this just smacks of treatment to me.
Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone do this? To hide it, but yeah.
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
Oh, hello, Reading Raptor. Welcome back. I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Yes, please. Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
Continue.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Yeah. I learned about this from, like, Phoenix Wright, I think. While the bullets have distinct markings. Or no, maybe that was from Umineko. I can't remember. What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
But you'll be gone?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
No, I don't want you to go.
To you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
But close. We won't. I don't want you. If I tell him no, will he just not? Interact. Oh no, you just saw the time? Is it noon? It is noon. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll keep the body for now. I'm gonna unlock one of these. And put... Oh no, what's happening? Actual art degree. Internalize. Yeah, I won't tell him to do it now, I guess. Yeah, if you send it to processing late in the day, Kim won't leave. Okay, good. We'll keep him by for a second. Let's interact. You're safe, good. The bullet mushroomed out on impact. Now it looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce skin, flesh, and bone.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, Bullet?
What?
I said, what do I do with you, Bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim.
Indeed.
In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
Wow, I actually know this. It's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Breech loading.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Indeed.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Huh. A half similar rifle and half. We have 92%, which means we'll probably fail, but anyway.
A rifle. Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Good thing we did this last. I mean, got the cool rifle last.
The
Make?
4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Huh. Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Belmargrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
Cool.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
The shot probably came from a Belmargrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
That's probably a good thing.
I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement. I think we should have more powerful guns. We're the law. Makes you consider every shot. I like it.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Yeah.
But back to the investigation.
We're looking for an antiques enthusiast. Could the victim have been mixed up with some foreign guerrilla fighters? Have well-armed jamwark bangers started crossing into Martinique? Something mysterious is afoot with this antique bullet type. I'm not sure about any of these conclusions.
Mysterious? Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the gun.
The bullet is nothing more to say. That went pretty well. Let's look at the ice cream maker, I guess. We still have to do the, the apricot gum, I think, but...
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
I want ice cream. Turn the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur. Try to crack the lid open.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here.
Yes, we also have to look for the entity as well.
If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Okay. Would turning it off help any?
2 cables are plugged
Okay,
into
hold on. Let's
the
put it
breaker
on
box.
and check the... pry bar.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Huh. Let's see if turning it off helps.
2 cables are plugged something close to you.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
We are much too weak. I didn't put enough points into strength.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
3%. Well, this is white check. I don't want to break the pry bar. We might leave. Maybe if we leave it for a while, it will. We go down here. It will melt more. I don't know. Give it a go? Okay. Well, trusting that it won't break the pry bar, but...
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
I must know what's in the mysterious ice cream maker. Take that off. Check this. Okay. Now I think it's safe to go upstairs. Face the entity. I bet it's a body. I mean, oh, we're here.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
What does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
What is down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
Beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
And beyond that?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
Yeah, I'm glad I put... Thanks for recommending Shivers for me to put points in. Shivers is great.
Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half.
What?
7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond the Kurang?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Ah,
You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
what's in the north?
Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The news at noon.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
It's on the other side.
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
I wonder how long it took this narrator to record all this dialogue. It must have been ages. What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
What? Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood at? What?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
What? What? Okay. Got a new voice. Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What's from a song? I see. What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Stutter, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain.
Rap lyrics. I wondered if it was a rap, but I was wondering why we were thinking it. Continue.
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Finished thought.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Wow. So, I don't know if this is where we were meant to go up, actually. Might have to go back around. Okay, we can go in there now. Let's put skill points in visual calculus. Right, this was visual calculus, right?
You see a set of tire tracks in
Yeah.
a brown slide.
And then the next one will probably go to savoir-faire. Go inside again. Okay, well, I'm just doing this
You
one.
see a set of tire tracks in a brown slush that
Okay,
covers the
72%.
plaza mosaic. The tire
Yeah.
tracks were left here
Whoa.
by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
I love visual calculus. I love how they show this. The start, reverse, turn.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again?
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
The car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
Okay.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Okay. I think I got it. Well, it was something. Okay, back in. There might be another visual calculus check, but okay. And I don't remember what. We're supposed to go somewhere in here, but... It's back up here. Oh yeah, I wanted to sell the postcards, I think. I assume that's what we do at the pawn shop. Oh. These the stairs? It's upstairs, the one... Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, wow. This tray's full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. Oh. What's going on here? The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Hello.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Ooh.
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on. You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
What did you mean by milieux?
Yes, a milieu is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Oh, this is cool.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
What should I go with? I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
I don't know if I can afford that right now. I want to keep 20 in the bank for living a night at the hostel.
Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
She's living the life. She is.
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Okay, how did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
I don't know much about dice making, but nowadays it seems like novelty dice do pretty well.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
You like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Oh,
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
See.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
I don't have to pay rent.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Oh. There's a lot. What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out of the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Yeah. Though we could check.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
I guess we might as well ask all. There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Ah.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
She tucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milius. Who would have guessed?
Snuff? What?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
I mean, I have a guess, but might as well inform ourselves. Cool, very cool about the debris. What's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists?
Mm-hmm. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Huh. Glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects.
Really? Anyway.
She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on his back, legs curled up in a bow tie.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
Interesting. What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
Oh, because I wondered, when they said Slipstream, I wondered if it was, because there was like the game studio down there, if Slipstream was meant to be like a punch up Blizzard or something.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
Lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them?
Found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
Tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Wow.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revershow ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
I don't have an opinion on pointings. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temple, like trying to suppress a headache. Didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Like the famous Sonic popsicles.
Eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Sure, the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
Oh, so it's taxidermy? How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool.
It's a vision beast.
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Grab your necktie, Marble. Not now, you beast.
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermist do.
What about horrific neckties? Do normal people have horrific neckties?
Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. But I don't understand how it's relevant to our discussion.
Her eyes move to the piss-colored cloth tied around your neck.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
I'm never taking off the necktie. She seems almost sad, finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
Anyway, I love this scene. It's a really nice cool down after, like, doing more of the autopsy. I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
Oh, so you're telling me that you have a doorbell here? Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
I don't think there's anything more. Okay.
Sure, I'm listening.
Actually, I had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I heard this place is cursed. Do you know that the people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that this place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
You're right, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Which I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies. Well, I'll go with this. As much as I like playing into it, this doesn't seem very curse-worthy.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
As much as I want to say that, I don't want to make her mad. I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place. I mean, that's true. I'm still baffled by the Pale.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
So now do we have to go back? Okay.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Why hasn't her business failed? Interesting. I don't think I have anything extra for Shivers, but it's white check. Let's keep asking. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Yes, that's fair.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I get it. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Let's see how much the die are. I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
You know about the Whirl Untethered setting? I want to die for that.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Whirl Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
Oh.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Okay, 7's not bad. What's a standard role-playing die?
It's an icosy tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Loving it. So nifty.
You can only buy it. Okay, why do you need to cast it in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
I'll probably come back for doing this.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
This is a special item that does a specific thing they can only get one of. Interesting. I might think about it. I kind of want to come back. Each one is different. I need more time to think
No
about it.
need to rush. Take a look around, see if anything inspires you.
Let's try.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
What? Start taking off your clothes. You need to connect.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
I didn't mean that. The ice maker stares at you and you start to fuzz with your pants.
Officer!
Oh, what? Oh, no. It's part of the special technique I have.
And what technique is that?
She squints at you, a little astonished at what she's hearing. You still haven't gotten your zipper open. Okay, hear me out. Sometimes I get these Oh, no.
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior. He's still recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Officer, this isn't how mature adults deal with their feelings.
Oh, no.
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shame washing over you.
It's not like that. It's like I can feel the wind, or I don't know, air pressure, and then the air tells me things.
The air pressure told you to take your pants off in my studio?
No.
This is not going very well, is it? Word-wise.
No, I'm not explaining this very well.
Can you please employ this special technique somewhere else? I work here and my work requires concentration. Half-naked people don't help with that.
I'm leaving. We're gonna pretend that never happened. Pardon me. We're gonna go back through here. Pretend that never happened. Oh goodness. Okay, now how are we gonna play it with... I guess we can put the flashlight away. Maybe we'll hold this. I don't know how we want to play it with her. She seems... I didn't want to try pumping iron yet because I was afraid it was gonna hurt me.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I do kind of want to buy the book about the pail. I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is, was it Neha? And she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No ma'am, I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down.
Yes.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Okay, we can find out what that does after.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Huh. There's an entity behind the entity. There's an entity more malignant pulling the strings of Martinez, perhaps in my travels or cross paths with it. It says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. Is that what Inland Empire is trying to go for?
A third order presence, yes.
A great dark relief washes over her.
Okay.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom.
Ooh.
I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
It forms an X-shaped cross on her chest.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yeah.
Yes. The venture continues. In other waters. Darker waters.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, let's...
Actual art degree.
Oh, wow.
Trite. Contrived. Mediocre. Milquetoast. Amateurish. Infantile. Cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed. Premature. Ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic. Listless. Savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
What? Minus one hand-eye coordination. Handshake from anger. How shit it all is. Conceptualization. Passives heal +1 morale and give +10 XP. Whoa! Whoa! I like +10 XP. Maybe we have to put more points in conceptualization then. Ooh, we have 5. That's okay for now. Wow. That's good. I'm gonna put a point into savoir-faire, I think, because we need it. Let's save. That is a good one. Nice art degree, good art degree.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, bye, see you around. There's a thing in, I can't remember it now, but there's a thing like that. What's the kid's name? Ben from the original Walking Dead game, where like you say hi to him and then just leave. I already have a lot of points. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we have a few... Actually, I'm gonna go to the pawn shop quickly. And then... let's talk to you. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one?
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Okay.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Phenomenal.
It is.
I'm a policeman.
I know you are.
You need the help of a policeman?
What with?
Maybe your husband is missing.
My husband? No, he's not.
Okay, thanks.
You're
Maybe-
welcome.
Maybe your cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make sure.
Great.
Just one more question. What did you mean about me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Maybe your children are missing.
No, absolutely not.
Right, okay, let's
She
not
gives you a
push.
short nod and shifts her attention back to books.
Watch her browse books.
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
We're cockatoo kin. Yeah! That's all for the moment. I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Okay, we need to find our heraldic bird. We have to. But then what's Kim's persona? That's also an important question. Okay, where am I gonna find... Where can I find books?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I'm looking for a book about cockatoos.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay, which was the biography shelf? This one? Oh, I see it.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Look through the pages.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
What about this guide to cockatoos, storekeeper?
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Why is she angry? We have money. I want to buy the guide to cockatoos.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, let's save before we... and then we'll sell the postcards. We'll make it up. You love the cockatoo book? Okay, I'm so glad we all have to do this. A book about different cockatoo species and their behavioral problems. Perhaps it could also offer some insight into your own often problematic actions. The spectacular major majestic cockatoo eyes you from the cover.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas a la Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Okay, what more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated.
Alright, what problems do these birds have?
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
I never want a chatty companion. I just want someone who knows how to listen.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
This is incredible. Yes, but there has to be something great about cockatoos as well.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels.
I like that Kim's giving some distance.
Ouch. That must hurt. Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie.
Read about the funeral cockatoo.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it. Ooh.
Cool. Read about the major majestic cockatoo.
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature.
Okay, if you missed this, Vec, at one point when I finish this, you have to let me know about all the amazing things I ended up missing out on.
In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species.
Read about the most common bang-bang cockatoo.
Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name, bang-bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins.
Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me.
Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
The grey and common bang-bang, that's me. Only the funeral cockatoo in the darkness can truly grasp the depths of my doom-laden soul. Isn't it obvious? Major Majestic, here I come. What should we be? What should we be? I am kinda feeling the common bang-bang. Oh, hello, cool side. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah.
You're right. You're a fuckatoo embodied.
Oh no!
This sorry-ass bird belongs on your heraldry.
Oh, no!
It probably doesn't even have feathers and only screams.
I'm okay. That was incredible. That's the one. Okay. I was feeling the bang bang, but that was worth it. That was worth it. Now, can we tell the woman that we did that? Yeah. Guess what? I found my heraldic bird. You're right that I'm a cockatoo.
Excuse me?
I went up and read... Can't do this. I went up and read up on them, just like you said, and I even decided what kind of cockatoo I am. Want to know?
I don't know. The most talkative one?
No!
The what now? No, you're not. Don't think that way. You're just a regular talkative cockatoo. And let's leave it at that, okay?
She doesn't want you to be the fuck-up-a-too.
That's all for the moment. I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
It's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Hello, sir. This shit ain't nothing to me. Let's find the pawn shop again. Yeah, okay, here. Have I looked in here? I guess. Apparently. Oh man. Hold on. Let's take that off. Don't forget to check the canal for a new okay. Hello.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Sure. Let me have a look.
I'm not selling that. check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
That. Okay, and then what's... Okay, so these are all safe. On? On. On. Okay. I'm not gonna I'm curious, but I'm not gonna show them,
Another
of
time,
course.
perhaps.
Check the canal for new check. Okay. Look around.
A crumpled billboard reading,
Oh yeah.
Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
That's white. What is Samarn butter?
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about
He
it.
does.
Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste.
Let's go.
Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking now.
We'll come back.
A
Anything
couple
change
of
up here?
indicator lights are This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Leave. Yeah, let's not risk doing something
Good
there.
day to you, officers.
Okay. Can I have some more salami?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
It is salty. It is
Oh.
savory. It is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Can we just do that whenever? That's cool. Okay, so now we have some options. I'm just looking. There's so many things. Oh, run the serial number. Let's do that. And then the big things are talking to the guys inside the whirling in rags. And we still have to find Everard Claire. But which I'm not really sure where that is. Investigate the drugs or talk to the union leader. Yeah, I haven't figured out, not really totally sure where that is yet, but...
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Or a tap on it?
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Okay, pick up the radio.
Precinct 57, how may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50 100 1000. The make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500/VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
That's done.
57, over and out.
Voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see...
Okay. I'm just checking all these again. Where's the rest of the armor? Go to Harbor Gates. Find money. Have that smoker. We're gonna do that tonight. Jam. Joyce. Track down your gun. Track down your badge. Made the call. Find booze. Sing karaoke. Still trying to figure out. Weapon. Investigate the drugs or talk. There's some new people here, I guess. We can look around for a minute. And then I guess we should talk to the big guy. I don't know if that's possible yet.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence.
Aw.
He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh?
Upon days.
That's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He makes a ka-ching sound.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
What?
Relax. He's merely joking.
Wicked, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing.
Oh.
They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately.
Can I get one of those tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Yeah, maybe this is who Kuno stole from. That a fallen A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in this lorry.
Right, I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Empathy. You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Yeah.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. He seems pretty kind.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those
fair
questions.
enough.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Good for
Don't
now.
be a stranger.
Do we have anything that boosts empathy? I can never remember. Drama. Any of this minus? Okay. Let's try it.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Familiar? How?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Where does it lead?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines.
Further.
To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches.
What's beyond the border?
You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
What's in the southwest?
Excuse me?
Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know?
Yeah.
I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Diora?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Oh. I missed my gun. I lost it. I missed someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Aw. That's all for now. That was cool. Let's see if there's anything else we can look around here. Oh, there's someone.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
That's an amazing portrait.
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask you some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
This feels rude, but... Snap your fingers in front of her face?
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
I mean, pale driver, that's... amazing. I guess she drives through the pale, but snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am? You're out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
When else would you be then?
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Veadotube picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Oh, cool side. Have you had that convo with Joyce? I assume you mean about the pale, and yes, I have. It blew my mind a little bit.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Who's Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
Buenguerro. She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leans back, savoring up the world she's conjured up.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young?
Someone was.
Someone? Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not?
What?
They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Right, I have some other questions for you, police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Show me the soles of your boots?
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
Please help me out here, it's important.
Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are not Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't say please.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Now the other one, please.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
There's no aberration in the pattern that you can see. She puts her foot down.
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
Oh, I want to say both of these. Hope they let me do both. Wait, by it being the coronation...
Pale damage. I was just holding my father's hand. He was descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. There was dust in the air.
That's... what? Pale damage being a thing in this and in Project Moon's universe is amazing.
Perhaps it was another Herife who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
Just not Odd Soul. These are not boots that made the... These are not the boots that made the prints.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The size is 37.
No.
The feet of a little girl. They fit well on the pedals.
Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
So he doesn't think she's the smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
The routes you drive are unusual, aren't they?
Some of them. Some of them are like home to me now. I will say the routes I drive are usual to me.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes, letting her mind submerge.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
Not sure I like either of these. Cool.
Irmao. I already am dust.
I still don't really understand this whole...
Of course not.
Boyadero.
To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
The Boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer.
Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen.
Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
I think I see where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
That's not where I thought that was going.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, but what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
You don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
I don't think I do know what you mean.
Of course you don't.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Yes,
save.
go. Enough.
Save quickly. Before I continue.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I think I know what's going on with you.
And what is that?
You're a Pale driver. You transport goods through the Pale.
Great. He asked the Pines rep about the Pale, and now he's talking to everyone about it. Fine then. Just try not to black out again, and don't contemplate. We don't have time for that.
What? Why is... Everything's related to the Pale. My condition, the case, everything. It's all entropinetic. Oh, I'm contemplating, Kim. I'm drawing existential conclusions from this.
Exactly what I didn't want you to do. Ma'am, my partner wanted to know if you work in Pale transport.
No offense. But your partner?
She lights a cigarette. A white and silver cloud of smoke disappears into her mouth.
Seems like a bit of an idiot.
Oh no! Oh. I blacked out after a heavy night of drinking and lost all memory of the world.
Like Gabriel Buenguerro in Pergunte a Poeira. You're the opposite of me, then. I remember everything. Even things I never knew.
Things you never knew?
The smell of liquor on Gabriel's lips after the shoot. In the motor park. The roses on the day of Franco Negro's coronation. On the grand stairs of Ryle. The smoke from the Fowling piece when Dolores Day was shot.
Oh, and Dolores Day.
The look on her face, like an orgasm. The wound in her chest. My hand in my father's hand. Except I never had a father. And I never shot her innocent Dolores Day.
Over radiation?
Heroic doses, Herifia. Heroic.
Isn't that dangerous?
Thought insertion? Dithering? The Grad Catalan Magistral? It's more than dangerous. It's sad. But at first I had to make a living. Now, when you've seen it all go away like that, rolling off like the sea, and then come back to this...
She gestures at the square, the broken horse monument, the clanging of machines in the distance.
What are we doing here? For thousands of years, Gabriel. It doesn't have to be like this. We can just give up. We can just become a vapor.
What does it look like, the Pale?
Like looking into the ocean at night. In the dark.
Oh, and?
You cannot see it, but you know it's there. And it's big, bigger than anything. Bigger than all the other things combined.
What does it feel like?
Nothing. Until it starts. When you are deep enough. Then, for me, it's like autumn. Dark, gray, and orange. The orange of street lights and the color of streets and electric light. It smells like autumn too. It smells terrible.
Nostalgia. Cooped up in the cabin, shaking. Terrible nostalgia. For yourself. For humans. It's too much to bear. She loves it.
How'd you pass through it?
In the belly of an airship, behind the steel windows. So you don't look straight into it. It's not advised to look into it.
Not on this lorry, then?
No, the same one, a roller. They all are nowadays. Special wheels for connecting to the floor of the hold.
One last thing, you said we can just become vapor?
Yes.
No elaboration.
I would rather have what I have than what you have. I would rather have what you have than what I have. I feel I already have what you have in some way.
They say there is a point. One that I have not crossed. In the Pale, super deep. If you stray too far, of course, on the U41A. Or in Lomonosov's land. Where every step you take is one step further from home. No matter the direction. It's a point you cannot come back from. Your mind becomes so radiant with the past, there is a flip. Instead of writing, it erases memory, nearing some kind of indescribable finale.
Oh.
Maybe you've been down the motorway south?
She looks at her cigarette. It's almost out. She has swallowed it hungrily, then at you. The motorway south?
It's a story as lone horsemen tell. Lone horsemen, Sheriff, not pale drivers. Way beyond the established pale that's lit by radio frequencies, where it goes silent and dark, and the process begins, erasure, kilometer by kilometer, in any direction. The motorway south is a road you cannot come back from.
What is at the end of the motorway south?
No one knows what's at the end. I've only glimpsed the beginning. I've only felt it in the distance when I was a child. A child growing on the leg.
Ma'am?
Josiane.
Sigh escapes her lips, then silence as she stares within herself.
There is nothing more to do now. She's far away. She is receding in the clutches of some indescribable scattered emotion. A child descending.
You've fried both your brains enough for today, detective.
I guess we can't ask her about the drugs.
Let's get some air. This one's far gone.
He shakes his head silently as he turns to leave. Oops. Guess we can't, but let's see. Motorway south. At the edge of, -1 visual calculus. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp, angled azimuth. The green range shadow dithers, like music turning into a waveform. Then it vanishes. This is the end, a half-remembered textbook from your childhood. The porch collapsing on the edge of the Isola. Transition from reality to pale. A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known pale. To where? Where does it go? Oh, I'm curious about that one. I do like having a point, keeping a point in my pocket, though. Yeah, she's... wow. Don't forget to ask the other driver seller, too. Is there another one up here? Oh, there's somebody. Save. Hello.
The lorry's stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy grad. The windows are clear.
No. And then there's the racist guy that we already talked to. In front of the pawn shop. Okay. I know, that was amazing. Like, I was hoping we'd get some more stuff about the Pale, but like... wow. This guy?
G'day to you, officers. Well, there's the... yeah, not really much else.
Or this one. I think you want to talk to the racing...
A Cimarron street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name, Sile.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
Gives you a thumbs up. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumerist kingdom with the air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into a pile of boxes he's sitting on.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions?
Where are you from?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Sorry.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
That's me. Nice apologizing for colonialism. You're welcome. I do try to be supportive of other people and cultures.
That's so cool, officer. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur by buying some pens and glasses?
Yeah, that would have been nice to include before encyclopedia. So what's your What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speakers.
We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. Or I kind of want to see. I actually don't like. I could change. We'll change.
That's cool. Especially after you already said you're into them. All the coolest detectives in the movies do drugs. And I'm very conflicted about it. Still, no drugs here.
We're looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Very conflicted. But you are a lorry man, and other drivers identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
This guy's savoir-faire is max. I need to get our savoir-faire better. I want to be as cool as this guy.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder, and he's an asshole. Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you're embarrassed to tell me?
No, I just forgot. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole. With ingenuity.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid.
Who are you afraid of, Silang?
Look, there's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I've spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
We're buddies. Silang, help us out. No one will know it was you.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Is the old lady is the lady driver the old lady back there? Dazed out strange?
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
We're cool.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detective. Both of you.
Persuade him to give you some money. I'll look around. I feel bad taking money from him. The sunglasses are pretty cheap, right? We might...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
Rummage through the box.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to try this one. I'll probably put a point into conceptualization later anyway.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
I want those.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
Kim, are firefights something we have to be prepared for?
I hope not.
He looks looking up from his browsing. He's looking too.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Oh, those are amazing. In the future, perhaps in the future, because we...
There are clothes
I want to be careful with my money for now.
Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
I think I lost a perception point from the art degree.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. Save the economy. That sounds off.
Failing is its own reward. Yes. Browse through the box
You
first.
find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like an old person with no money.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving.
Do that in a second. Save the economy. What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
Thanks for the advice. I'll try to be more economically conscious.
Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
Let's go.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Interesting. I haven't used composure that much. -1 shivers. Not a fan. We'll keep browsing. I guess we can go back to the racist guy as well. Sorry, Kim.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Oh, give him the mug. I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Oh, is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Oh.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up, where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cubs don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Who does? You?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
What?
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Cross your arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Say nothing.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
Go, Kim!
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
This is a white check. Maybe try it. Can I boost my half-life? Half-light? That's something I don't have a lot in. Electrochemistry, reaction speed, drama. -1 half-light. We don't have much for half-light. I don't think this is gonna go well. Let's save. But we can retry.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Yeah, that's our problem for saying it. We failed 90% checks. We can always win at 28%.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Why don't you and me step outside for a little talk?
What? What do you think we're doing right now, runt? We're outside, talking.
I meant, you want... No?
There's some kind of homo thing?
I don't... Maybe it is?
Okay, that's enough, detective. That's enough.
I'm sorry, Kim.
We'll just have to ask someone else about the lady driver. Let's go.
Not like this. Sorry. Sorry, man. Sorry. I didn't put my points into Half-Light. You know anything?
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but you don't think she's... But I don't think she's haired. Do you know of this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved with this drug business.
Man, I was hoping it isn't gonna be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Okay. Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
Okay. What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
Okay, so then probably not pale driver.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Interesting.
Then she may have dyed it again.
I don't want to push him too much. When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
Believe us, it really is.
I just can't, man. I'm not naive.
Said she's troubled? How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
Yeah. When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
Tommy's a really nice lad. He is. He's one of these guys that really does feel real.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart. And his spirit. Don't expect you to be powerless.
I don't want to break him. I'll drop the... Let's find another way.
Thank you, friend.
Okay, so we can go back.
Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
That's all for now. Yeah, I don't think we can go back to the pale driver, since... I guess he's like a possibility if we have no other options, but I'd rather not. Find out the lady driver and where's her lorry.
The woman. Look, girl child, you hear her say. Girl child, girl child.
This feels so mean, but snap your fingers in front of her face.
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
Yeah.
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
I was told of a woman driver. You're the only woman here.
I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not the driver everyone is terrified of.
I'm only terrifying to small children and to those who used to know me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Yeah. Why are you scary to the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Oh, wow. You said long haul, that's...
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there. It's all just...
He hums along as if to a track on repeat.
In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman. In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
Then who was the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
Fair enough. That's all I needed to know, thanks.
Oh, Sim.
The woman stares at you, her mind elsewhere now, on other matters.
Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick.
I'm not gonna ask that. Not totally sure where to put this now. Let me think for a moment. We should probably put another in savoir-faire, or we could... Oh, this... Actually, hold on to this. Oh, I don't want to... I still have to, like, look at the apricot wrapper, but... I might save that to when we don't have something. So we still have to find the... I'm gonna think for a moment where to put it. We still have to find the Everett Claire, but there's the stuff in here. And I don't know if this is a one-day thing, so I don't want to miss out on it. Let's quick save again.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, lieutenants. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Okay, it's not a one-day thing? Okay, thank you. I'm in no trouble. I'm just here to do my job, that's all.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
She points to the man standing in the middle of the room.
That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
For what it's worth, in her portrait, I really like the green highlights and like the green shading that they use. Really, really great look. And like matching with all the primaries.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Kim? You calm?
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What's your role in all of this?
Obviously, I'm a lawyer.
Oh.
A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
What if
I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Okay, the game is pretty generous with most things. That's good, because I keep stressing out about it. What if I want to talk to you and not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What are you going to do to me? Yeah.
What are we going to do to you?
Maybe not.
The Union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Yeah, I should talk. I don't know if that was the right approach, but you're right. I gotta be careful about what I say. We'll just look around for a second. A bowl of soup. They're spitting it, reeking of tobacco. You see hawthorn bushes outside. And there's photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Huh. We're not doing that. It's not time yet. Squint.
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
Revert. There's some money. I don't know if we want to steal money in front of these guys.
This is where you say your bit.
Oh, gosh.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp tone. He's leaving it to you.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Thanks for the trust. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
Oh, thank you, Vec, and thank you to Meowgon. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it as always. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
Musician. And the little guy.
Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing. The odd soul?
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
Oh.
I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End.
Points at the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that for seconds. I'm going to take off now. Okay. Scary? Kim, have anything new to say?
Yes?
Okay. Just checking in.
Can I help you?
Get stuck.
The man ponders his
Okay.
cooking.
So now one thing we can do... Actually, there's this. That's still there. Leave that, maybe we'll get more information. We'll come back. I don't want to push that. Now, one thing we haven't done, and I don't even know, I guess we can back out, but, is going back up here to the big guy. See if there's anything new. Let's see if there's anything new with these guys.
Right, 2, 1.
Okay. Hello, mañana.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Oh, okay. Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
Oh.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble.
So
One
Kuno...
bad move is all it takes.
Kuno... Okay, the probe on the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Sort of technical stuff.
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
Ooh.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces, helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Should I? See, I'm ambitious. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
Oh no, am I gonna have to go back and get them now?
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
I have not stolen the boots yet. Thank you for your cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
But the boots are still available to be stolen, I believe.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Okay, good talk to you. Gotta run. Although I did write it down on the autopsy, so I don't know if that's gonna... They're currently... Let's... quick save here, because I don't know what we're getting into here. You want all the armor pieces. Deck yourself out in full metal battle hardened glory. No, this might take a while, like a long while. Okay, let's... hello, final boss man. We might need some... Hold on, let's look at our clothing. I feel like we might need some authority here, but... I don't know, let's find out. Hello?
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Say nothing. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath the skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle.
Oh my god.
Be calm, Am Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust, as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Al-Ghul?
Yes, Al-Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Understood.
I doubt it. My microcephalic race, so...
You're right, I'm an alcoholic. I just need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Am Sandwich race is waning.
Wow.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example. even of yours. It saddened me. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Race theory?
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Pop culture.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Oh. I don't think pushing him's gonna work. I just needed to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
This situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man. I need to talk to your boss.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
I obviously don't have the points for it, but I assume if we had points in physique, we probably could beat him up and it would be very satisfying.
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Semini supremacist myself?
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything.
Yeah, I could do it. I'm not sure I want to subscribe to his race theories. Hold on, let me
We still
see.
need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct. There must be another way.
Okay, it auto-saved, but...
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
That's what I want. That would be amazing. He may retry it. It's not gonna work out. Isn't Everard the Unim boss white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Please, my jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Okay, I'll ask. Who are the Seminoles?
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
Immaculate conception from the pale? So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol?
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. And never getting into the harbor.
He's an actual LARPer. Know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Kim, what do you think?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
Yeah.
That will be the...
That will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Yeah.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
It's unlike him. He's usually more himself. There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Aha, who do you mean?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Endomorphic blob?
Interesting.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the Fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
I'm not even... Okay. Are you sure? I mean, that jaw is clearly an atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
We put the physical instrument up a little bit. Let's hold on. Well, beating him up would be so good, but I mean, guess we could try the conceptualization check. I mean, but if I do it, is Kim gonna get mad at me for conceptualizing with a racist? I don't know. We could still try the... I guess we could go and check the savoir-faire check. Alternatively, I don't imagine you would like that. Yeah, maybe we should try the savoir-faire thing. I mean, it's an option. We can probably pass that, but try the physical first. I don't want to get hurt. That would be so good, though. Well, let me... If it fails conceptualize, let me check the savoir-faire check. Because what do I have? I have 2. I can put another in. Savoir-faire needs boosting anyway. Because we talked to Kuno and that might have boosted something. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, I failed, as I said, I failed like some pretty high checks. I could go for a... I could go for succeeding a low one at some point. Okay, so we have the... How do we... Right up here. Okay, let's check it.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Backed by physical instrument. We have a better one. So let's replace the minus savoir-faire stuff. Just the shoes. We'll take that off for a second. Save.
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
Okay, well 42. We're get that's better. I don't know why his portrait ended up there. Use the gym, you can get a modifier, but you have to pass a physical check there too. Yeah. So we'll do this, then maybe we can put a point into it. No! Come on!
No, no.
Sure.
Ah.
Just be careful, okay? Looks like you...
Okay, savoir-faire. Then we need to heal. Where are we now?
Cloak with possible
58
RCM markings is still caught.
I'm willing to put another point into it anyway because it really needs the boost. I do want it higher. Come on. Yeah. Woo. Whee!
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes. Let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Martinez goes about its daily routine as you soar through the air. The loud voices of protesters mix with the engine sounds from the traffic jam. Waves crash against the pier, and dense, salty sea air fills your lungs.
He's so on the money, Bratan! Just imagine yourself dual-wielding a bottle and a flaming cigarette whilst airborne!
Don't let go of the moment yet.
The little backyard, kingdom of Kuno, looks almost idyllic when it's not dominated by a decomposing human being.
Oh, Min, yeah, good night, good night. Thank you so much. I should smile again. Thank you so much. I will probably finish up fairly soon. But thank you for coming, and I hope you continue to feel better. Oh, good night, Min.
And its de facto ruler, Kuno the Gremlin King, is pointing at you, talking to his friend. What is he saying? Flying, winged pig, shit is airborne. These are the only words the wind coming in from the Insulindian Ocean carries to you.
Continue the voyage through the salty air. Whee!
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Hell yeah. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an ace's high?
Yeah!
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
You can just do that anyway? Okay, let's look around for a minute, and then I'll finish. I'm excited. We did it! Oh, +1 esprit de corps, +1 shivers. Yeah, can we... Oh, I just want to see it on. We'll probably keep... Oh, yeah! Especially with the orange gloves. Police coat made from heavy tarpaulin. It would be nigh wind and waterproof if there weren't 3 bullet holes scattered on the... Whoa, bullet holes. The scattered signature right rectangle of the RCM covers the garment's back. Yeah. I'm keeping the raincoat on for the moment because I want the extra endurance, but... Also, let's... But actually, let's put it on. That might be how we find something in the pockets. No. Oh. I thought it might have something fun in the pockets. Keep that in then. We got, okay. Actually, let's also, I'm still looking for balls. So we'll hold that and continue the banana look for a little bit. Okay, so that will let us leave, I guess. Let's look around for a moment. Collecting rainwater. Go down there. Oh, no. Looking over here. Ooh, there we go. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. At least 3 packets worth of cigarette butts.
Numerous empty wine bottles glisten in the rain. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor. This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
Oh. Well, we can make some money at least. them up? Yay! Come on. I love that you can pick the ones up that aren't even interactable. Look in here.
This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, Rene Arnaud.
So this is where Renee works. I'm gonna look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up.
Ah.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Yeah, I saw it by accident that you could. Some of them I haven't been able to pick up that are just on the worlds. I'll try and pick up that one too. But it's a nice little touch that I guess maybe if like your perception's higher, maybe you can see more. Maybe it's a Hobocop thing, I'm not sure.
Looks like the inhabitant is rather pedantic when it comes to order.
Can we look at it without taking it?
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
I didn't want to like steal it.
Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of Rene?
Making artistic photo collage. A cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Yeah. Maybe I should have done an art cop thing. Okay, so I can't get this one.
This is the
Okay. Photo of Happy Couple. We could sell it. A black and white photo of a couple posing in front of a Ferris wheel. The girl is young and pretty, the man clad in fancy uniform and smiling. On the back, a steady hand has written the words Revachol Fair, Summer of '91. Can we go down? Okay, we'll go around. The droning ambient. Oop. All around you, great machines in quiescence. I'm not a fan of droning ambient music. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Okay. Let's look up there before we look at the button. Wow, look at all this. Oh, I like money. You see faded industrial lettering on the plattern. Kvalsund. Okay. Yeah, there was a check with Renee that I didn't actually try. The button.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Like go and stop?
Allumer on.
Yeah.
Éteindre off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
I think people are gonna see that. And feel that. I'm not sure I should have done that.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Press her up.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Well, I made Kim happy. Guess we can... Oh.
Before you stands a cup.
Kvalsund means whale fjord in Ardan. Cool.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Yes, it's a pretty blue. Well, I'm happy. Kim really likes machinery. I'm happy we made him happy. Maybe I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I don't know, Kim. It just feels special.
It's a cargo container, detective. Just like all the others.
Doesn't even look at it.
We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Open the door.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Nothing more to do here for now. Perhaps in the future, though. Oh, can we go over here? Okay. I'm not really sure we're meant to... Oh. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Let's look around. I'm gonna look around for a minute and then I'll finish up. Ooh. Money. This speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Look at all these interactables. Oh. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Can we... This, friable thing? Ooh, half-light gloves. Cool. Cool. Nice. More money. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Oh, there's someone over there. Container, container, container. Okay, that's a door. That's probably... The banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Okay, let's go back around for a second. Because we could go... Yeah. It was downstairs here. Oh wait, no, that's where we were. Okay. Quick save. Let's talk to him, and I think that'll be my last thing.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
I like you already.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
Oh.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What's it with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
I guess. That might be rude. Now I'm not sure who to trust. What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
That's a logic check. I think we have some stuff for logic.
Sure, mister. About what?
Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
But what did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
That's a great laugh.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
He looks to you for assistance.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Here go the foe. Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this.
Yeah, Everett's the one with the twin brothers, so we gotta be mindful of that.
Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
Hi, Leo.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
Yeah, twins in a murder mystery is never good. Although they do have a difference. One of them has a lazy eye. I think it was Edgar had the lazy eye. So hopefully we can get our perception up to snuff and maybe notice that.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
This is a great, this is a great guy to talk to when I was about to finish up, but let's keep going. Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Lawyerly?
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles, a disarming smile with you.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps something to consider later.
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Oh.
Told you.
I won't open it anyway. I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school, we did, when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
We'll ask, so we'll do that red check, so that was a logic, right? Empathy. Anything. Just double checking. Okay, that's +1 logic. I should memorize these at one point, but I am curious. Okay, we'll try that red check and see what happens.
Oh, hey, mister.
Oh.
I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's
so
like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared.
This
one? I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
He's the hidden boss. Yeah. Let's go.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors.
Interesting.
It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
I want to be this man when I grow up. Me too. He's just so happy. Just so happy. I really like this thing that gives you +10 XP. So.
There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
What is underneath these red covers?
Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think.
Okay, thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Okay, I'm off. That's great, guy. It's so nice. Like, I like our progression from going to, like, we have really useful people, and then we have hard people, and then we have useful people. Like, doing the little autopsy thing, the extra autopsy thing that we did earlier before sticking the guy in the fridge. And then after that, we got to talk to the dice maker. So for stuff I want to buy, I still want to buy Kuno's pants. We have to have 20 unless we find another place to stay. 20 for the night. I want to buy some dice. I want to buy Kuno's pants, and I want to buy at least the book. Oh wait, there's one last thing to do before we finish, because I forgot about this last time.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Wait, come back.
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
The wrapper away. Oh, we got a new thought. Thoughts are stressing me out because I don't know which ones to go for. -1 reaction speed, living in the past. You have found a trace entity who's been stalking across the plains. The Gloomstalker, the conglomeration, the shadowy organization behind your downfall. Possibly connected to the dreaded X something. Granted, it is impossible to determine its true identity. You can remember where you first smelled its treachery. Yes, use the Tutti Frutti gum wrapper. Reconstruct the day you first breathed in her untrustworthy atoms. We have Guillaume Le Million. White Morning. Waterway South. I'm curious about this one, but I don't really like the -1 visual calculus. An apricot scented chewing gum. Well, I'll think about it. But the ones that we have done have been pretty good. Anyway. I'm feeling pretty good about our progress today. We won some, we lost some. Most proud of the savoir-faire. Check. Thank you for being patient with me, letting me reroll a few times. I feel bad about it a little bit, but this is my story. So I've been going for a while, but once again, thank you all so much for joining. It's really nice to have you guys all here sharing this with me. And so, more next week sometime. Likely Thursday, but pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I don't like waiting that long, but can't do it all the time. But I'm having such a good time with this. Oh, thank you, Lee, and I'll talk to you later as well. Yeah, and you're always here. Thank you, Temperance. Thank you, Reading Raptor. Thank you, everyone who's been here. Okay, have a good rest of your... Thank you, Coolside. Everyone have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you sometime soon. Bye-bye.